people get jobs. CVs don't get jobs. A job spec will tell us 40-50% of the story in terms of what a client is looking for. A CV will tell you 40-50% of the story about what a candidate represents. And of course, there's two big gaps there that need filling in. And obviously, that's our job. It's our job to ask the clients, well, okay, what exactly do you want from this hire? Do you want an up and comer? Do you want somebody who's a safe pair of hands? Do you want somebody who's been there and done it, or somebody who's yet to do it and is incredibly driven to get to that point? These are all important things from a client perspective, and of course from the candidate perspective, it's about, does this guy value stability and continuity, or does this guy like to take a risk, or this girl like to step out into the unknown? Do they like to come into an environment where the goalposts change every 5 minutes, it makes them feel alive, or do they want familiarity with, this is how we did it, I've always got a reference point? That's a recruitment consultant's job to understand those things, and to be able to apply that understanding to the selection process. I mean, ultimately our guys are consultants, and they're to consult and to provide input into why they feel somebody's suitable, or possibly why they might not be suitable, or give a little bit of narrative alongside the CV, really. I can think of examples. We were doing some work on behalf of an asset manager, maybe 12 months ago now, and really key hire, difficult process, a lot of different kind of almost conflicting skill sets required to bring in what they needed. And ultimately, the person that ended up getting the job, the CV wasn't a particularly great CV. It wasn't a CV that we would sit and think, well, that's the one that's going to get the job necessarily. But of course, we had the opportunity prior to submitting it to sit down with the candidate in question, spend some time understanding how they approach things, and it turns out they were a lot better at their job than they were at writing a CV. So of course, we send the CV to the client. Client comes back with a few issues and questions, and of course at that point you either say, well, okay, you're right, the CV's not right, or you say, well, the CV's not right, but we believe the person's right, and this is why we believe they're right. So my suggestion would be, get this person in front of you, spend some time with them, and that was the person that got the job. And that, what I'm sort of saying there is not, well done Saragossa, give ourselves a pat on the back. It's more about, well done to the client for being prepared to listen and understand where the value of having us involved was. And just a bit of trust and belief in the consultancy side of what we do. If you're a software development manager whose main kind of responsibility is delivering a product on time to a business that needs it, you haven't necessarily got the time to be spending 45 minutes interviewing someone to get to the 46th minute and find out that the person's objectives are not aligned with what the job offers. You need someone to do that for you, and that's obviously where we step in. Ultimately we won't make the hiring decisions at the end of the process. We're not there to say, hire this guy, he starts on Monday. They will have the final say on it, but we're there at least to give as much insight as possible, I think.
Well, I think that sounds pretty good.
I agree.